We are live here with Fr8Train, SRMS transmission.
Alright, we're gonna wait till we get some people on. See people starting to pile on now.
Running turbos. Fr8Train.
We give it about a minute left and we'll start.
You guys got questions, now's the time to ask them.
Behind the scenes, Mario Ojito, President, Street Racing Made Safe. There goes the man of the hour, Carlos. Everybody knows him as Fr8Train. Me, Chris Harris, Vice President, SRMS. And there goes the monster. All right, so we're here live. We're at CNS Transmissions. All right, so we're gonna give you guys the opportunity. We're gonna ask Carlos a bunch of questions about himself, about his ride, and then you guys can ask him questions about his car, anything you want. A little bit about who he is, where he comes from, and you know what makes him tick, man.
That's why this car leaves so hard off the line. That tranny work, y'all.
So Carlos, say what up to Instagram world, man.
Facebook too, don't forget us.
We got MySpace on here too, or what?
Maybe a little bit, I'll work on
Mi
that.
gente, we got it all. So Fr8Train, say what up to the people, man.
What's going on to everybody that follows us? You know, everybody that gets together and make this happen. You know, it's a big thing Mario does and Chris do for everybody, and everybody part of the group. You know, I thank them for having the event, you know, keeping us off the street and everything that goes on. You know, we go out there, spend a good time. Chris knows, he's been to a couple barbecues out there, testing the tune.
Absolutely.
You know, everything that goes on. This is a family thing, keep the family together. You know, can't complain.
All right, if you guys can't hear him good enough, just let us know. Well, no, don't turn off the fan yet.
Don't do that.
Nah, not yet. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
People passed out in the corner.
All right, so Fr8Train, man. I mean, obviously you've been on our top 10 list. You jumped on about halfway through the season. Yeah. When did you jump on?
You jumped on in like May.
In May, yeah. You got on board about May.
You got on board in like May.
And you went through the gauntlet.
You climbed the list.
You went through the whole, you went through the challenges list. You dominated that and you made yourself, you know, you climbed the ranks. You raced your way to people's hearts into actually the #1 spot at the top 10 list. But right now you're holding down the #2 spot. How'd you hear about the event?
I actually went to the event that same year, May of 2016, right?
Yeah.
In January for my birthday. The car was a standard ship car. You know, I started there. We just had got the car together, it was all original T56, and we started, you know, just running the car there. It was an event. I didn't know what was going on. And, you know, I saw the roll race. I was like, oh, look, something, you know, to mess around with. Started there. I heard about the event then, but I didn't hear anything about the list or, you know, what was going on with that. And then Chris, one of my good buddies of mine, told me, hey, why don't you try out for the list? So when I turned the car from a manual to an automatic, and then that's when I heard about the list, and I went ahead and tried it out, and this is where I'm at now.
Oh, so this car was originally manual?
Yeah, it was manual.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's cool.
All original.
It's about that consistency, people. It's not, you know. Throwing gears is fun, but sometimes you gotta be consistent.
It's not that. When you get up at 800-900 horsepower, everybody, oh, I can shift the car. Yeah, you can shift the car, but it's not the same with 900 horsepower. It's not the horsepower, it's the 900 pounds of torque that, you know, you be breaking your hands sometimes.
Yeah.
No
Wheels up.
What you have.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not the same as an automatic. Automatic is you're gonna be consistent. You run 890s, you're gonna run 890, 9.0s all day. You know.
So what do you prefer? You prefer the dig or the roll? That's a big question.
I like the dig. I don't like the dig too much because it puts a lot of stress on the car, as you know. But the car is meant for the dig. But I've made it all the way to #1 rolling. I did not do one dig race. the whole event, I made it #1 rolling. But you know, it's about time people give me my race. Everybody, you know, I give them the advantage giving them the road race. But if they give me, you know, we go from the dig and see what happens. You know, everybody. It's not saying I lost last event to the dig. You know, anything can happen.
Yeah,
you know?
nah, that's
so
true.
I don't know why people don't want to run from the dig. So I'm not gonna say anybody, but
you don't want to call anybody out in particular.
Everybody knows. And then they call me a puppy kicker, which you know that's the puppy kicking me telling me from a roll. You know. Same thing as me saying I'm puppy kicking because I tell you from the dig, but you know.
Yeah, listen, it's your race.
It is what it is. You know.
So tell us about the car, man. This is what people kind of want to hear more about. Get a little closer, Chase. Hold on, let me click this on.
People on Facebook saying the only reason you lost is because you went sideways. I could agree with that.
Yeah, you know.
Agree with that.
God damn, bro, you gotta lift weights for this. But I can't put on a damn mic.
That turbo the size of your head, people.
Tell us about the car, man.
Like I said, you know, the car is stock block LS1. These WS6s, they come with the 5.7. Everybody knows that. You know, it's just a stock block. You know, it is stroked out to 393, so it's a lot bigger than a 343, I think they come with. You know, so, but besides that, I still run the stock computer, a manual boost controller. A lot of people say I got a standalone, but I really don't, as you can see over there.
Manual boost controller, yo. There you
go. That manual boost controller right there does some magic. Gives me, you know, they range between 20 to 25 pounds of boost, to be honest.
You gotta pull the string like in Fast and the Furious, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I gotta try that one out.
Guys, I know you're complaining about the quality, but I don't know what Instagram is doing to us. We got it on Wi-Fi. Hopefully it clears up a little bit. So what size are your turbos?
They're twin 76s with 88 millimeter housings.
Twin 76s with 88 millimeter housings?
You build this yourself?
Fabrication wise is done by Chassis Engineering.
Chassis Engineering.
Yeah, fabrication was done by Chassis Engineering, but everything else here in the shop.
Show us the inside, man. I know a big thing is the classification of what a street car is. Some people race with gutted interiors.
The problem is now since this upcoming event, I did a little strip work. If you really want to see the interior, it's inside the office.
Oh,
she's trying to lose some weight.
Somebody's on a diet.
So this next event, I did cut a lot of weight on the car. That's one trick that I got up my sleeve. I got a couple more, but I did cut a little bit of weight. You know, an extra 100 pounds inside.
I got somebody asking if these are PTE turbos.
No, Garrett turbos. GTX 45s.
GTX 45s. Nothing but the best for Fr8Train.
And,
somebody asked how much is the car making?
That's a good question. Nah, the car makes right now about $12.50 to the back wheels.
$12.50 to the back wheel. That's season one. Season one, putting down $12.50.
What type of rear end you got on here?
I'm always a 12 point right now.
12 point?
Yeah. Well, the car right now, you know, it started on the list with 700, and then, you know, it just slowly climbed from there. You know, you know how it is. You just want to go faster and faster and faster, and there's a new setup coming soon.
You got a new setup coming?
Yeah, a lot of people know, but nobody's they're gonna be surprised when they really see what really comes out, you know. But
so somebody's saying that MPI didn't want to give you the dig?
Nah,
the last race.
And this next event, they're not gonna want to give me the dig either, you know. It is what it is. They just want to race their race, but they got a little surprise coming for them next event, anyways. You know, first they got to defend their number 3 spot, I think it is. So
yeah. Absolutely.
We'll see what happens there.
So you have Sergio with the FabSop GTR. That last race you had with him is pretty legendary, man. You jumped out so hard, and what happened halfway down the track?
Yeah, it broke the tires loose. I was still running the same radios. I've had about maybe 60 passes on the last radios. They're actually over here, to be honest with you guys. They're right there. You know, those radios, they're retired already. Honestly,
look at all them transmissions, y'all. If y'all don't come to CMS transmission, y'all going to the wrong place. I never seen so many transmissions in my life.
They're all rebuilt and ready to go.
Radios. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your shop.
My dad opened up the shop about 26 years ago, you know, and from there he's been in business, and he bought this warehouse and he moved it over here. You know, else that's, you know, a little bit custom we can get into, but we really do what everybody runs: the 400s, the power glides. You know,
I got somebody asking, do you think you have enough for MPI?
I can't say I don't have enough. You know, everybody, they're always gonna keep going up because they think they don't have enough for me. But like I said, I run a stock computer, so much I can do, and especially on a 5.7, you know, I'm pushing it to its limit. Every time I go down the track, it's like me pulling a pin on a grenade and holding it, you know. Yeah. And at the same time, you know, I don't want to go too much and blow this motor and put myself into the wall. I lose my whole car for a race, you know. I'm not worried about losing a position to somebody, but next season, they better get a new car or something else, or put a turbine behind it or something, because they're not going to have any chance next season, I can tell you that much.
So we have somebody asking, what's your best time from a dig? They asking some serious questions here.
Yeah, my car's a grudge car, so you know, I made a little bit of money with this car. As people seen in Orlando, you know, people underestimate this car, but what I can tell you, this car runs in, let's say, 840s.
840s?
840s.
What mile per hour?
168.
Look at that. There you have it.
So, you know, it's...
Somebody asked, what made you get into street racing?
My dad's been racing since he was 16 years old. So I was...
Pops, come here, man. Come on, Pops. Come here, Pops. It's his birthday today.
Yeah, it is, actually. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, SRMS Pops.
Thank you. So somebody asked what made Carlos get into racing, and he said you. So tell us a little bit about, hold on, let me take this off. So somebody asked what made Carlos get into racing, and they said it was you. So tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I've been drag racing since I was in high school. I was only, 16 years old. I ran a lot in the Hollywood Speedway at the track there, and in Moroso had one of the fastest car. The car was called Party's Over. And it ran 186 miles an hour, and it always ran a 750, 752, 746. One of the fastest car out there when we were going out there when everybody was running in the 8s. Ran a lot of quick 16. Went to Orlando, Bradenton. We did pretty good. Nice. Then my son won the drag race after I kind of retired, and I built him a little twin turbo car there, and we're doing fine.
Did you always know that? Did you always want your son to get into racing?
Yes and no, but he wanted to, and I said, okay, I'll build you a car. It took me a couple of years. When he was young, I got it done for him. Got him behind the wheel. I mean, I ran it a couple times, and then after that, I said, you know, I'm too old for this. And I back him up. I try to go as fast as I can. I put the money out for him, and he's doing really good. I mean, the car has a stock computer. Everything is manual. He has to do all the shifting and everything. But I think next time we come out, it's all going to be computerized.
No more games.
No more games. That means one button, see you later, we're gone. You know, but right now, he has to do everything on his own because there's nothing. There's a stock computer on the car still. There's nothing on the car right now.
So tell us about your shop. How long have you been here?
I've been here 26 years.
Wow.
I've been doing transmissions. I was 15, and today it was my birthday, and I'm 57 years old.
Happy birthday, Pops. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Class act. Tell everybody the address where we're at.
The address is 1821 Southwest 101 Avenue, Miramar, Florida 33025.
All right.
Been here in the same corner for 26 years.
Yep.
That means I'm probably not going nowhere.
I'm gonna see if I can get some more questions out. Everybody's saying happy birthday, OG.
Thank you.
And they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're staying on the list, and they're staying right here. They've been here for a long time, so you guys can come check them out.
So, let me clip this back on you. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
What's going on?
I've seen on here. Who do you feel? I mean, obviously you race on the street, now you take to the track, but I'll just stick with guys on the list. Who do you feel is the biggest talker on the SRMS events?
That's a good one. Biggest shit talker or the biggest motivational talker?
Shit talker. Let's go with that one first.
Hey,
On the spot.
you could say back then, a couple months ago, it was Fr8Train, but Fr8Train and I became good friends, you know. Like they always said, if you can't beat them, become president. If you can't beat them, you gotta become president, right?
Oh!
So nah, Fr8Train, Danny's a good guy, man. Real good guy, you know, and it's not really the drivers, the people themselves, it's their fans that really rile it up and hype it up. But that's what racing's about, you know. And now, to be honest, the biggest shit talker on the list, besides you guys pointing at me.
Besides you? There goes one.
I'm number one. No, not really.
Let me tell you something about Fr8Train, okay? He's a competitor, just like us. He's a very nice guy, has a very nice family. They're gonna have a baby now in a couple weeks. We've been talking back and forth. We became friends, and he's a very nice guy, and the family is very nice. We had our things back and forth, but he knows that the Firebird is running good now.
And that's what it's about, you see?
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's sportsmanship, people.
It's about helping others, you know, and
you see, sportsmanship goes way further than just winning one race.
Yes. Fr8Train's family is very nice. I really like him a lot. He sends me business, and I send him business. That means we talk once in a while. We just talked to him yesterday, and I'm glad he's doing good. And he's gonna be with me this Saturday next to my trailer together over there.
There you go. That's what it's about.
yeah.
So, hot button topic. So I want to give a little bit of history on this, all right? And the people have been asking about this. You jumped on board with Street Racing Made Safe events, all right?
Yeah.
Mario, the president, right here, FaceTime, saw your car going down the track and said, it looks like a freight train running down the track. Now, just so happens, unbeknownst to anybody, listen, you can't pick your nickname. There was another Trans Am, apparently nicknamed Fr8Train, and he's had some sort of notoriety with his name. Now, you didn't pick the name, you were given the name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you did call him out and tell him that you will race him for the name. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's gonna be almost a year now since I called him out for the name. He's always come with an excuse. He's like, you know, they try to buy their way. Like, oh, we'll race for $10,000. Like I said, money to us is not an issue. We're not racing on the top 10 list for payout on first place. We're racing, you know, just for principle, respect. You know, that's what we're about. It's not about the money. You don't get into this hobby if it's about the money, because you'll be one broke motherfucker, to be honest. So it's not about the money. So, you know, he thought he could buy us out on a wager, like, oh, $10,000 race. We're like, all right, we're at. And he's like, oh, my car's not ready now. So I was like, okay, it's not about the money now, it's the car's not ready. He had another Trans Am, I guess, and then he moved to some other cut-up car, I guess. He calls a street car, but it is what it is. But I still call him out for the name, you know. We've been going back and forth, trying to get it, you know, hyped up, see if we get somebody big out there to get the race going. But I already told him after the next 3-4 months, I will see him in Texas. If he's out in Lights Out 09, I will see him out there as well, because I'm going to be doing all the big events. So I will be going out there. If I catch him, I'm going to put him on the spot. That's for sure.
Nice. Absolutely. That's what it's about, man.
You know, he doesn't want to race for the name. He doesn't want to race for the tag. He doesn't want to race for anything. He just wants to race. I told him, I go, at the end of the day, the winner of that race is going to keep the name. So, you know, you can keep.
We got some good news for you. We're working on a track in Texas right now. So
he's from Kansas City, so. But I know that he was supposed to be at 2K, I guess 18 or whatever it is. So, you know, that's where I'm gonna be. I'll be there.
Awesome. That's what's up, man.
So we'll see. We're working on it. You know, I at least I haven't backed down. I've called him out at any track, anywhere, you know, but he's always getting things ready. He's a show car. He's all show, no go. That's what they call them.
That's awesome. Absolutely. So, what do you see in the future for your car? What do you got? Future races around the country? You said you want to go to Texas this year?
Yeah, next year I'm going to go to Texas. I'm going to run, you know, represent the 305, you know, everybody out there. You know, I'm going to do big things with this car. You know, I want to go to Lights Out 09, see if I run a nice class there. You know, a 3,200 pound class, something, you know. Get whoever's behind me out there, the name out there. You know, whoever takes care of me, at the end of the day, I'm going to take care of them. You know, that's the way it is, you know. Whatever, you know, right now, I sponsor myself. My old man sponsors us. So, you know, there'll be big things coming. So, a lot of things I'm putting into this car is going to do a lot of different things. The car's going to be pretty quick, you know. So.
Somebody asked, do you still want to race AG in their Karma Evo?
Yeah, you know, I respect Anthony's name?
Anthony, yep.
Yeah, Anthony. And his shop, you know, it was a little hype that we had going on. But yeah, I'm still, if he wants to race, we'll set it up. But like I said, he asked for a time period, I'm going to give it to him, you know. I'm in no rush. But like I said, you know, the more people wait, they're not going to get this same package. They're going to get something that they're not going to want to race, you know.
Somebody's saying on here on Facebook Live that people are saying you are ready for Acer. What do you have to say about that?
For what?
People are saying that
Acer.
you're ready for Acer.
Nah,
I can't pronounce his name.
Acer. That guy, that's a lambón. That guy, right? He talks so much. He's been his car. That guy, he says he's undefeated. Of course you're undefeated. You only race once. Anybody can be undefeated if you race once. You know. He called me out for this Saturday for $5 grand. I told him let's go, and now he's saying, oh, I got transmission issues. Now I got to go to Texas to tune my car. I go, why do you tune in another? He's tuning over there where the temperature's completely different than down here. It's cheaper to fly the tuner down than to drive your car or tow your car out there. It's a bunch of excuses, you know. That's all it is.
And 101. I hope we answered your question for Acer. Acer, whatever.
And then you know you're gonna get all. I know this. I'm in a group chat with all of them. It's gonna be there probably. Who knows? It's gonna be funny because everybody knows. You know he's a payaso of the group chat. You know him and Jesus. Sorry to call him out, but it's true.
Listen, it's all part of the sport. That's what makes it dope.
Those are the biggest cheerleaders out there. You know.
Oh, there you go. The truth.
You know, they say, I'm going to go out there, and then he wants all this money to show to an event. I'm like, bro, your car's nothing. You know, you don't bring no hype to the events because you say you're going to show up and then you don't show up. Yeah, you got a lot of respect. But
I don't know if you've been paying attention to the explosion that happened last night online, but Gringo, Teggy, and Fr8Train have been kind of going back and forth. Fr8Train called him out. And, you know, Gringo was kind of quiet until I guess he was just like, screw it. And he responded with a huge call out. So how do you feel about that whole situation?
You know, it's about time, you know. The sport's not going to advance if there's no call outs, you know. You got a competition is going to keep growing no matter what. You know, a lot of people want me to race people that are slower than me. I don't want to race slower people. I want to race faster people. That's the only way you're going to get better, faster, quicker. You know, the competition has to get a lot more fierce. But Danny, you know, you can't underestimate his car. You know, he got it down packed now. You know, he's dialing it in. Like I told him the last event that he hurt his motor, I told him, you know, it's not something you can put your motor together and next week race it. You know, that's something you got to dial in and get it running and make sure, go back and retouch all the bolts, make sure everything is on point. You know, now I think he got it. I was at his last week at his last dyno pool. You know, it was a little, everybody saw me show up and like, oh, look who came to spy. And Danny, you know, he's good people. He didn't come to spy. The guy, you know, I came to help him out, you know, make sure everything was on point, you know. Yeah. I'm not there to cut him down and say, oh, let's race. You know, it is what it is, you know. He's a good kid.
See, that's what it's about.
I went to high school with Danny.
That's what it's about right there. You see what he said? It's about racing people that are faster than you so you can get better. It's not about racing people that are slower than you, because then what's the point?
Yeah.
I've always been that same type of guy. It don't matter if you got 500 horsepower, but if I'm running you and I got less than you and I win, then I did something right. And that's what it's about. That's what racing is about. It's not just about, oh, you know, I spent $200,000 on my GTR. For the money.
A Sears at 350. He got a house on wheels that doesn't move.
Shots fired.
Shots fired, people.
So you got $5 grand, Gringo versus Fr8Train. Who you going with on the spot?
I go with Danny. Well, of course, I'm gonna stick with the team. With 305, no matter what, we go together. We win together. We lose together. That's the way it is, you know. You can't just say, "Oh, that car's fast, I'm gonna go on his team." No, that's not the way it is, man. You're gonna win together. You're gonna lose together. It is what it is.
It's gonna be one hell of a race.
He will gear for that race. If it's that Gringo guy likes to run that half mile, for that I bring out my little plane that I got and I race the guy. You know, it's like you're gonna run quarter mile either off the dig or a 40 roll or whatever they want to do, but that half mile, that Texas mile, that a CRA is like, yeah, anybody can hit 200 miles an hour in a mile. My maximum, we got right there a street race made safe car that can do 200 miles an hour in 1 mile. So we're not worried about, oh, I did 200 miles an hour. Congratulations, you know. But it's not. Well, it'll be. That's gonna be a good race. They talk a lot, but then you know when people start to show up and they see the car really perform, then they kind of quiet down. You know. That's why in the beginning, yeah, I talk shit now because it's bored being up on top and not. If you don't talk shit, you know, you don't got. It's like damn.
Part of the sport, man. What's the point?
You know.
Yeah.
And I got a car that performs. It goes to every event. I've never missed an event. Since I've been on that list, there's not been one event I've missed. Orlando, I was in Orlando. If I could have gone up to, Maryland?
Yeah.
I would have gone too, but you know.
You're competing on the list this weekend. So, you know, SRMS will be up in Maryland and the finale will be here in Palm Beach. So, of course, you got to represent on that list.
Oh, that, of course.
You're gonna claim the #1 spot back?
I should. Couple things I got done to the car, little tricks here and there that, you know, I got. Really, the trick is new tires, to be honest.
Tires?
That's all I needed was tires, you know. I tried to get through the last 2 events with the old tires because I'm going with a bigger tire, and I didn't want to buy a brand new tires for just this one event, but I ended up. I have to because, you know, the power, I'm not going to put the car into the wall for a set of $500 tires, you know?
So somebody asked, how do you feel about the competition on the list?
Like I've always felt about the competition on the list, you know? I don't see anybody right now that's too, the cars are going to they're getting quicker because I'm up there. That's the way it is. It's like how I got quicker. I started with 700. I'm at almost 1,300. It's because the competition was getting harder and I had to up my game up. That's only normal. That's what's happening now. That MPI GTR was making 900 horsepower when he started. Now he's probably at 1,500 because he has to. That to compete, you have to just keep going up. You know, so competition on this. And, you know, I got to give a shout out to my boy Pupo, you know.
Pupo's chiming in right now. That's what I was about to say. Pupo is on fire on Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Pupo, what up, man?
Hey, Pupo knows a Sears un perrón.
Pupo's another fast one, man.
No, that guy's fast. He's just crazy. That's the problem.
Crazy as hell, but you love him. You gotta love hate with Pupo, man.
Yeah, I never had problems with him. You know, he's good. You know, he's good. He's good people. He's fast.
Absolutely.
He's crazy. He's the only guy that I know that gets on the street with that car with such a small wheelbase and does 180 miles an hour. You know, he just. But he also got to.
Off the street.
He also got to know. He got damn 2 kids and now a wife, soon to be, that he has to, you know.
Talk about that a little bit, like racing on it. How do you feel now that you're older? You know, I
made a lot of dumb mistakes racing on the street when I was younger, you know. I lost my license for a year. I got a felony for racing on the street at the age of 16. You know, they've been through it. A lot of people have been through it. They just, you know, don't get me wrong, the temptation's there, you know. If the money's right, we'll get up on the street too, you know.
The program is about
the program, you know,
that solution to that, so they don't have to.
No, that program's helped out a lot, you know. Imagine if I had this car and I didn't have that program. Well, you go to test and tune, you know, and then race race cars out there. You know, if I built a street car, I'm gonna end up racing in the street if I didn't have this event. You know, this event gives, you know, everybody to get together. You know, everybody can talk all the house, you know, talk so much shit together. But at the end of the day, when the track is over at 12, everybody shakes hands and go home. You know, so.
I got somebody asking me a funny question here. How many people say he looks like David Blaine?
I get, you know what I get? I get the white Kevin Hart. That's what I get.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
Orangutan.
So we can wrap it up. You can kind of give us a walk around with your car real quick, and then
I got now. Well, you know, I put these new wheels. Now I got for the back. I'm gonna get deep dishes when I go with the 315. So
Ask me what size you're running right now.
275, 6015.
275, 6015 is what his current setup is. That's actually the small tire for what this car is looking.
You know, it's all original.
got a cage stuff inside.
You know, it is what it is. But, you know, stock computer. Like I tell everybody, I still run a stock computer. I even had my shift light. I had to figure out which cable it was to get it to work right. That's another thing. Last event I didn't have a shift light, so now this event it's working, so should be good.
Awesome.
Well, all right, we're wrapping it up here with Fr8Train, and that's it. It's a wrap. Remember, visit CNS Transmissions and check them out this Saturday night at Palm Beach International Raceway, where the finale for the top 10 list is going down. We will also be at Maryland International Raceway Saturday night. We'll be in 2 places at once. SRMS.
So peace to the people.
Take care, and thanks for everybody that tuned in.
Pop, say peace.
Hey.